And we are live on another edition of the K and K Sports Show. Yes, that's a leprechaun on the show tonight, boys. We have a live leprechaun. We're waiting for quick hitters. We have a leprechaun. We have something. We have a lot going on tonight, but I don't know. But I like it, Paul. I like it. But hey, I'm fine. My opening statement's just simple. 2:30 tomorrow, St. John, Seton Hall. Carson and I just talked about it. Let's go. Get this done, and let's get our dancing shoes on. Mr. Carson Shear, what's up?
What's up, guys? How we doing? Good to see you all. And yeah, like Kurt said, we got March Madness right around the corner. Kurt St. John's is on the bubble. My Michigan State Spartans are on the bubble. We gotta win tomorrow. First games of our conference tournament. And yeah, ready to rock and roll. What's going on, guys?
Mr. Kirkpatrick.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, early St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Glad to see everyone here wearing the green, minus one person, Mr. Valenti. So we got Carson O'Shear and Paul O'Rosen, Paul McRosen, and myself, Kenny Kirkpatrick here, and of course Kurt Valenti. So Kurt Valenti's in his red, but he thought it was Christmas or the Italian flag, the red, white, and green. But we're about to have a fun show. We got some football. We got some St. Patrick's Day segments for you, and Carson's Corner as always. But I think to get the ball rolling, Kurt's always got his quick hitters, and I think he wants this tonight, guys, as yes or no answers. But I'll let him get to our audience. We're all saying hello first.
I got to get to Mr. Rosen first. I didn't get to Mr. Rosen to say his opening
the
statement.
leprechaun. Yeah, the leprechaun. Yeah. I forgot.
What's up, Mr. Rosen?
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, everybody. I look like a leprechaun, and I forget to me. Anyway, looking forward to a show. It's going to be a lot of fun. And hey, show before St. Patrick's Day on Sunday, and let's do it.
A couple comments from that PA Scratcher guy. Let's go. Good evening, guys. What's going on? He's saying you're looking very festive, Paul.
Thank you, PA.
He's waving his. Looks like he's waving his Steeler flag. So I think he's a Steeler fan, right, Carson? Is that right? Correct.
Steeler fan. Yep.
Well, I got to tell you one thing. Steeler free agency. We'll talk about it later. You're in the AFC Championship game with Russ. What a signing. Unbelievable. Michael Ronquillo. Good evening, guys. What's going on, Michael?
Hey,
Michael the man. What's up, Mike?
There's our guy Clayton saying, hey, guys, what's going on? He's saying share and like the page.
Thanks, always, Clayton. Thanks for the support.
He's saying Denver Broncos for life. I absolutely love what my Broncos are doing. All of it. Build great spots and making room in the cap. Denver Broncos for life. We'll talk about that at 10 o'clock on the Bronco Show tonight, Clayton, because we got a lot to talk about. A lot of good stuff to talk about, surprisingly. But all right, Mr. Kirkpatrick.
All right, I'm going to pass it right back to you. Like I said, it's St. Patrick's Day. You got some quick hitters for us. We're festive. A lot of us wearing green. But we're going to pass it right back to you, Kurt, for our first segment of the night, and that's your quick hitters. And I got a nice little fun picture up there of you with quick hitters.
I like that one. That's my boy on, baby.
I like to. Last week was the Hawaii. This week is the Broncos.
I like that. Let's go. I remember that. Listen, that was right after. That was the year after the Super Bowl. Let's go, baby. All right. Number one. Very simple answers tonight. Yes or no? Are the New York Yankees in trouble with Garrett Cole being out right now 1 or 2 months? I'll go Carson, Paul, Kenny. Carson.
Yeah, they are.
Kenny.
Yes, I'm going to erase that leprechaun. Absolutely, yes.
Paul.
Yes.
That leprechaun's blocking me, so I got to get rid of it.
Carson, are the Orioles, after this news, now the favorites in the American League East?
Yeah, I think they are, for sure.
Kenny?
Agree with Carson, yes.
Paul?
I'll say yes also.
Which New York Knicks star coming back is more important for the New York Knicks? OG Anunoby or Julius Randle? Carson?
Wow. More important is Julius Randle.
Kenny?
I'll say OG Anunoby for his defense.
Paul?
I'm going to say OG too.
Okay. At the end of the Western Conference in the play-ins right now, you got the Lakers and the Warriors making a push. Who out of those two teams, the Warriors or the Lakers, Who could have a more serious playoff run this year, Carson?
Yeah, I think both of them. But if I had to pick one of them, probably Steph and the Warriors.
Kenny,
Steph and the Warriors, like Carson said.
Paul.
Sweep the board with the Warriors.
All right. The Nuggets, I believe it was last week, beat up on the Celtics at home. So the Nuggets right now, I believe, are the favorites to win the NBA championship. So, guys, if I said to you, you could bet the Nuggets or the field to win the title, who you going with, Carson?
Wow. I'm going to go with the field.
Paul,
The Nuggets.
Kenny,
Team me up with Carson, the field.
Iowa women basketball down. They were down like 17 the other day. Another Big Ten title led behind Caitlin Clark. They got to the championship last year, Carson. Will they be in the NCAA championship game again this year?
No.
Luby saying happy St. Patrick show. What's up, Luby?
Hey, Luby, happy
Hey,
St. Patrick's
Luby.
Day.
Paul,
Or show, I should say.
I'm going to say yes.
Kenny.
I would love it, but I'm going to say no.
Mhm.
All right. Sunday night, Jenny Hoops is a fan of UVA. Carson's a fan of Michigan State. I, as you know, is a fan of St. John's. Who? It could be one of us, two of us, three of us, all of us, or none of us. Who will be happy out of us on Sunday night, Carson?
Happy you for sure, Kurt.
Anybody else? Jen and you? Or
I think you'll be the most happy.
Kenny.
All right, I'm going to make this quick. I'm going to say yes to all three, but Jen not as happy because it's going to be playing for Jen.
Mm.
Paul.
I'm going to say all three also.
All right. Everybody talks about the Super Bowl and about special foods and yada, yada, and all that. But Carson, do you have any certain special food during watching March Madness?
I think boneless wings, I would say, is my go-to.
Paul?
Probably pizza. I would say pizza.
Kenny?
Yeah, I'm with Paul. Definitely a pizza.
All right. Will you... I hope Jenny Hoops is not watching this right now. But I told Jenny Hoops, don't ask. There's no going to dinner on Saturday, Sunday, and next weekend, forget about it. So I'm watching as much March Madness as I can at home, not going out. We'll put going out on hold till a month from now. So what about you? Do you, if I go out and I miss it, I miss it? Or are you saying I'm staying home and watching these games? Carson.
If my team is still in it and playing, I have to be home. If my team's eliminated, I could go out.
Paul.
With Luby's recovering, we're not going anywhere, so I'll be home.
Oh, no. Jen said, oh, I'm watching, LOL.
Hey, Jenny.
And Coach Breslin is saying, what's up, guys?
Hey,
What's
Coach.
up, Coach Breslin.
Coach.
Austin Eckler, great underrated move.
Yeah.
Coach.
Yeah, that's right.
Mr.
Yeah.
Kirkpatrick.
I got to answer it different, Kurt. Yes, I'll be home on Sundays because I'll be working the other days. But Sundays, I'll be glued to that TV from 12 to midnight.
Okay.
Nice.
In your opinion, is there any truth or any possibility that Aaron Rodgers is going to run for vice president? Yes or no?
Wow. Right now, no. Down the line after he retires, yes, I could see it.
Paul.
The Jets are having a heart attack, but I'm going to say no at this point.
And Mr. Kirkpatrick.
Why not? I'll say yes. Why not? And Kurt will vote for him in a second.
Yeah.
We had that discussion with Jen yesterday a little bit. It didn't go well. Well, yeah, it was good. But all right, and then I got one more question. And guys, Paul's dressed up tonight in his little Irish outfit. So I didn't know he was going to dress it. He looks great. He looks awesome. But I gotta have my last rapid fire question. So if we're gonna have leprechauns, right? We're gonna have people in green. What's something that's fun? What's something that that puts a smile on everybody's face? You know what it is? it's a good old circus, right? So if we're gonna go with a good old circus, our
Here we
final
go.
question of the night will be my last rapid final fire question. Which circus act would you pay to see Kenny in the starring role? Okay. Number one, the clown show as a clown. Number two, a knife thrower.
Nice.
Number three, an acrobat on the trapeze. Number four, a magician.
Nice.
Number five,
Ooh.
the fire eater. He eats the fire. He brings it right down his throat. Number six, the balancing act. Look how ripped Kenny is. He's been walking every day. Look how ripped he is. Number seven, the lion tamer. Number eight, the elephant trainer.
Nice.
Number nine,
Oh,
there's a lot
man.
today. Number nine, the juggling on the high wire. Or number 10, because he could do it all, the ringmaster. So, which one is it again? The clown, the knife thrower, the acrobat on the trapeze, the magician, fire burning, balancing, lion tamer, elephant trainer, juggling, or the ringmaster? Carson, you're up first.
Man, I think Kenny could pull off a good ringmaster, but I'd
Love
love
it.
to see
Love it.
Kenny. I'd love to see Kenny try to jam into one of those clown cars with like 10 other clowns.
Well, we all can be the clowns. How about that?
There you go.
That's true.
Coach Breslin is saying ringmaster for you.
Love it, Coach.
Paul.
I think he would make an unbelievable ringmaster, but I'm going to say Kenny could be a great magician because I know Kenny. He wants to have a few people he can disappear and never come back. So,
And then if the magic doesn't work, then he could say, well, I don't know. The problem was, he can come up with his excuse, you know?
exactly, you know.
Jenny Hoops is saying ringmaster. By the way, Jenny Hoops is going to make her comeback Sunday night, guys, on the
Love it.
NCAA market bracket.
Nice.
Love
Nice.
it. Love it.
I hope Virginia makes it, Jenny.
And Kenny, you always have the final say in your own
Well, I
question. Which one?
truly appreciate it. It was fun, Kurt. I can be, love the magician, Paul. I love the clowns, Carson. For those who said ringmaster, I love it. Jenny Hoops, Coach Breslin, appreciate that. But Jenny knows better than anybody who's my buddy, Bella the bear. I'd be a good lion tamer. I got a special connection with animals. I'd breed a great lion act, and I would have Bella the bear as my little sidekick.
By the way, Jenny's saying, thanks, Carson. Hope Michigan State does too. You see how she won't say about me. It's like, okay, that's fine. Listen, I'm
Thanks,
sorry.
Kenny.
Husband, wife, whatever. Listen, come on, Clemson. I need Clemson. Listen, Virginia's
Yeah.
on that bubble. Let's go, Clemson.
Business
Beat
is
'em. Let's go.
business.
Let's go. That's it. It's right. Business is business.
Kurt, actually, I would have a dog act, and Bella the bear would be my little sidekick, and we would be bossing
Okay.
around all the other dogs in the act. A little comedy dog act with Bella
Wait a
the
minute. There's a bonus one. Joey Clams just texting in a bonus one. He's saying the shovel guy at the center.
Oh man,
So,
Thanks,
all right,
Joe.
those are my
The
rapids.
dirty job, but somebody's got to
Nice.
do it.
good job,
Kurt.
Kurt.
Those
Fun.
are my rapids. Oh,
Always
there's
love it.
Jen. There's Jen saying she's rooting for St. John's to make it. Thank you, Jen.
There you
Oh, I
go.
told you there was going to be a lot of surprises tonight. A little fun with St. Patrick's Day. I'm sure we got some more coming up. Paul's segment coming up now is probably going to surprise us too. So I'm going to pass it off to Paul for a little St. Patrick's Day fun.
All right. As Kenny, my lad Kenny Kirkpatrick just said, even though I root for the Fighting Irish, but today we are all Irish. So we're going to have a little segment with my good friend, the Leprechaun, and my Lucky Charms. And anybody who can guess these questions will try and get me Lucky Charms from me. So I'm going to give each one of you an opportunity to take a certain category. I have 6 or 7 categories: NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, college football, college basketball, NHL, or even boxing. And I'm going to read you names, and you're going to tell me who isn't the leprechaun. And if you win, you get me Lucky Charms.
Eddie Murphy just commented saying, "What did I walk into?" LOL.
Perfect timing for Murphy. What the hell? Okay, so I'll look at the screen. I'll do my lad Kirkpatrick first, then Kurt, then Carson. So Kenny, NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, college football, college basketball, NHL. Which sport do you want?
Since I'll throw a cheap little plug out, New York, our new baseball show, Paul, let's do baseball.
Okay. I'm going to read you these names, and you can tell me who's not the leprechaun. Okay. Derek Jeter, Wade Boggs, Tug McGraw, Nolan Ryan, Paul O'Neill, Eddie Murphy, and Giancarlo Stanton.
Who's not the leprechaun?
Yes.
It's got to be Jeter or Stanton. I'll say Stanton.
Nope. His father is Irish, and Derek Jeter's great grandparents are Irish. It's I gave a plug for our good friend Eddie Murphy in there.
He might be Irish.
He might be Irish, right? Kurt,
Give me
NFL. NFL? Okay. Wellington Mara, John Mara, Pete Carroll, Tom Brady, Colin Kaepernick, Patrick Fitzsimmons, Ryan Fitzpatrick, or Tom Coughlin.
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick's biological. He's a grandson to a woman who was born in Cork, Ireland.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, I did a lot of
Eddie
research.
Murphy's Irish, so
Yeah.
There you go.
But he's not a major league ball player.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, all right.
All right, Carson,
We'll do
What-
NBA.
NBA. Okay. Troy Murphy, Marty Conlon, Chris Mullen, Kevin McHale, Shaquille O'Neal, or Bill Walton.
I'll say Troy Murphy.
Troy Murphy is Irish.
Man.
Shaquille O'Neal, even though he may have an O'Neal last name, is not Irish.
Oh.
Nobody's got me Lucky Charms yet. I'm so happy.
It's like a trick question. You can't we can't answer the one that sounds right.
Right.
Right,
That's the
exactly.
Next round the way.
All right. Kenny, college football, college basketball, NHL, or boxing?
Boxing.
All right. Jack Dempsey, John L. Sullivan, James Braddock, Jerry Cooney, Billy Conn, Gentleman Jim Corbett, Kevin Kelly.
Who was before Gentleman Jim Corbett?
Billy Conn.
Gentleman Jim Corbett.
No, he was Irish. My friend Kevin Kelly, I listed on the show. I put him on as a old-time Irish friend of mine.
There you go.
Kurt, I have college football, college basketball, or NHL left.
Give me college football.
All right. Pat Sullivan, Mike Golick, Daniel Monahan, Dan Devine, Chip Kelly, or Brian Kelly.
Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly is Irish. It's my friend Daniel Monahan. Oh, I'm so happy. Nobody's got me Lucky Charms. I get them to myself.
Read Eddie's comment, Kurt.
All looks like the PG version of the Leprechaun from the movie.
Yeah, you ever see Leprechaun?
By the way, guys, I put in Carson is gracious enough, and he's been doing it for awesome. I put in Paul, just give me 1 second so I don't forget the link
go ahead.
for the free contest. ticket time. Carson, you want to just talk?
Yeah, sure. So
real
Kurt
quick.
just posted the link in the chat. I'll post it throughout the show. It's a free ESPN app tournament challenge bracket pool. Ticket time, myself and the guys at K&K, we're all putting it together. It's 100% free to join. All you got to do is just be a follower of both of our channels. And we're doing top 2 places, get prizes. First place is a $75 gift card. And second place is a $25 gift card. So you guys got until next Thursday to make a bracket.
Awesome.
We'll post it on all our shows throughout the week. Yeah,
for sure.
All right.
That's all
right. All right. Last round, Carson. I have college basketball, NHL.
Ooh, do college basketball.
All right. Al McGuire, Tom McMillan, Billy Donovan, Jay Wright, Bobby Hurley, John Linnane, Jim Calhoun.
Billy Donovan.
Billy Donovan is very Irish. It was actually my friend, and unfortunately he's passed, but John Linnane, who I used to tailgate with 25 years at Giant games, but he was a wonderful man. But anyway, that was my little St. Patrick's leprechaun segment.
You stumped us on every single one, and I'm ashamed because I'm half Irish. I'm ashamed that I didn't get any of them.
And I get to keep me Lucky Charms.
A little happy birthday to John Ross. He's out there saying it's his birthday today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And PA said he heard you, Carson, and he went into command mode. He put the exclamation
funny,
march that's on Ticket Times thing for those who don't know. Anyway, pass it off to our next segment. Great job, Paul.
Thank you.
A little time for some Carson's Corner, and ironically, it's a team that's got green in their colors. So Carson, I'm going to pass it off to you.
For sure. Yeah, thanks, Kenny. Yeah, really quick topic, guys. I wanted to throw this in there. This came up last week. We already had our agenda for the show last week, so we're going to save it for tonight. But Dartmouth, kind of an interesting story. So Ivy League, one of the members of the Ivy League schools in their conference, they are planning on unionizing their college athletes. Their athletic program took a vote, and it was in favor 13-2 to try to get them accepted to be unionized. So basically right now they are submitting an appeal to the National Labor Relations Board. And if it passes, they would become the first school in NCAA history to unionize their college athletes. And basically, I did not realize this until a week ago. They do not accept scholarships for Ivy League schools. So all of those athletes are paying out of pocket. And their argument basically is, look, NIL is a big thing right now. These major schools, they're getting compensated. They're getting their money. Why shouldn't we be compensated at least for, being on a basketball team or bringing value to the school? A lot of athletics are involved with universities across the country. So your thoughts on this, guys? Do you guys have a problem with them trying to say, hey, we're going to try to unionize. We believe we should be employees. We should believe we should be paid by the university. We're bringing value to the school as an athlete. Or are you guys old school and saying, no, you're at an Ivy League school. That's good enough as it is. You can get any job you want once you're graduated. In my personal opinion, I think it's I'm kind of on the fence with it. I think NIL, I'm still kind of learning more about it. Like I said, I have no problem if you want to go be in a commercial or go monetize your brand or start a Facebook page or a YouTube channel and create a brand for yourself. I have no problem with that. What I do have a problem with is when universities pay their athletes directly out of pocket from the school. And this would kind of be borderline what they were doing if they were to form a union. So what are your guys' thoughts on this? I'll start with Kenny first, and I'll go Kurt and then Paul.
Okay.
I have no problem with the students wanting to make a little money in today's at college athletics. I mean, Carson, you a college student. Kurt, you went to college. I went to college for a little bit. You struggle when you're in college to try and get meals every day. You're a struggling student. I mean, we're not talking millions of dollars that these kids want to make. They want a few dollars, give them a few dollars, let them survive throughout the season. give them enough money where they can live comfortably on campus or wherever they live, and go from there. So yeah, they should be. I have no problem with Dartmouth coming forward when these other schools are paying kids millions to go play for them. So yeah, I would change if I'm the Ivy League. Give your students a little money, maybe even go with scholarships going forward. That's how I feel about it.
Nice. We'll go to Kurt and then we'll go to Paul last.
Real quick, Luby saying green is not my favorite color, but I take you as little leprechaun every day, Paul.
Aw. Thank you.
The line of the day.
Eddie is saying NIL has already ruined college sports, and our good friend Trevor Salzman, Denver Bronco Roundup, awesome show. Him, Keith, Albert, and of course Jody saying, "Hey boys, happy Wednesday, everybody." You know what, Carson? Like, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of torn a little bit too, because when we talk about money, right? We talk about the college sports, and it's funny because I always argue this with Jen, but when they didn't have the NIL and stuff like that, all this money, like that, the TV, and where is that money going, right? If the kids aren't getting, where is it going, and whose pockets is it going into? Like, that's my question. So you got a guy like, say, Zion, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say, get into the whole debate. Did anybody pay Zion it, Duke? Yeah, listen, whatever it is. He made a lot of money for Duke. A lot of money for Duke. Jerseys and whatever, TV. So, yeah. So in that sense, obviously, they definitely should be. So the NIL, I have no problem with. And Dartmouth, no. You know what? I really don't have a problem with that. Like, I understand, like, okay, you're here for an education and, yada, yada, and you're going to get your job. Like, okay, I understand that, but they're still getting money from athletics. Where is it going? And how could none of it go back to the athletes? So right. I like the idea.
Fair enough. And Paul, I want to save you for last because you got some experience with this in this field.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because my master's was in industrial and labor relations, and in my HR career, I was ironically on management side for many, many years, negotiating contracts with the unions and stuff. So it's an interesting topic from my perspective, because many of these players, and in doing a little of the research, are not just playing ball there and obviously are students, but they're also working part-time at the school in many jobs that a lot of the staff, like in the cafeteria and in maintenance positions, are employees of the are union employees. So they're doing similar jobs, but they're not getting paid. Also, they said a lot of the Dartmouth players are, in some instances, taking up to 40 hours a week, playing, practicing, doing whatever needs to be done for the school. And they're not getting obviously compensated. The board, then the NLRB ruled that the shoes, the basketball shoes and the tickets that the players get are like compensation for them. But what is that? What are they going to wind up going on the corner and selling these tickets for money? So I feel very strongly that they should be allowed to unionize. I think it's a NCAA wide issue, because as we've seen previously with Northwestern, about 4, 5, 6 years ago, Northwestern tried to unionize as well, and they were shot down, and they couldn't unionize. But for players with no scholarships, with no opportunities to make money, obviously someone from the Ivy League may not be getting an NIL monetary compensation. So yeah, why not allow them to earn as much money as they can, even if it's minimum wage? It's more than what they would be making for themselves in any other situation. And I say, you know what? Go for it.
Real quick, Joey Clams Carson is commenting saying, I know blue collar families are having a hard time. Pay them. So that's Joey Clams.
Interesting. Yeah, I just wanted to get my thoughts on that topic. I just thought it'd be interesting, and like I couldn't agree more with you guys. And like I'm glad you brought that up, Kenny. I was in college, and it wasn't easy. I was scrapping for ramen noodles and mac and cheese and Cheetos and every little thing I could get my hands on, because I was
Yep.
still, obviously paying my way through school and, just trying to, make ends meet as a student too, in general. There's a difference between going to school as a student and then trying to go to school and also put in all this time, energy, and effort as a Division I athlete, which
Right.
those guys have absolutely zero free time. It's school and it's practice. That is it. I had a Division I friend that went to Columbia and he played football there. And he said, yeah, 100% they should be able to unionize, and I think it's going to start a movement. And I think these kids have every right to get compensated for what they bring to the university. So that's kind of my thoughts, guys. Good job. And I want to
great.
Great topic,
Thank you.
Great
Carson.
topic. And
Excellent.
Eddie, thanks for your commenting on this too, and the audience as well. All right, boys, we're moving along very well. We got a football topic coming up, but got a little surprise St. Patrick's Day, a little segment for everybody. Kurt, I told Jen, I hope she's watching, but last week we had a very fun new segment called That Looks Delicious, starring Kurt Valenti. So St. Patrick's Day is coming up. So we got a St. Patrick's Day version of That Looks Delicious, starring you, of course. And we're going to get rolling with it, Kurt. So happy St. Patrick's Day from Kurt Valenti.
Okay.
He's saying happy St. Patrick's Day. Remember, in your most sarcastic voice.
Jen said she's here, Ken.
In your most sarcastic voice, you need to say that looks delicious. So happy St. Patrick's Day from Kurt. That looks delicious. On the left there, Kurt, we have black pudding. I say, Kurt, be careful. Black pudding is not what you think it is. And Kurt's response, I love burnt things. I give burnt pudding a try. Black pudding, Kurt, just so you know, is pig's blood with beef and liver mixed in a sausage. So tell me, Kurt, what does it look? That looks
delicious.
Again, these are all St. Patrick's Day Irish foods. So Irish St. Patrick's Day, that looks delicious, starring Kurt Valenti.
Okay.
Irish soda bread. What do you think, Kurt? You forgot my Coke.
Listen, I eat it.
So you know what it is. Okay, great. So you know
I
what?
eat
I was going to say Irish soda bread has
that looks delicious.
soda.
That is delicious. So yeah,
good for you. So
All right.
to say, where's my Coke? Because of soda bread.
Yes.
Nope. Irish soda bread's a delicious bread. It's made with club soda, I think, is the in place.
Especially with raisins in them.
Nice. All
Nice.
right. Now we're getting to the traditional stuff. Corned beef and cabbage, Kurt. The most traditional St. Patrick's Day dinner. Your response, in the Valenti household, it'll be pizza. What does it look, Kurt? Kurt, what does corned beef and cabbage look?
Oh, that's very delicious.
I love corned beef. Yeah.
Corned beef
I do
is
too.
awesome. Yeah, that does look delicious, guys. All right, a couple more, Kurt. This one you're gonna love. Fish pie. Give it a try, Kurt. You may like it. Absolutely, in your most sarcastic voice, with some Rocky Mountain oyster crackers on the side. And there's Kurt pointing to the
I can't
oyster
even
crackers.
lie on this one. That does not look delicious. And if it does, good luck, guys, because that's not going to be for me.
I got a couple more, Kurt. Cole Cannon. It's Irish mashed potatoes, Kurt. Maybe if I had a couple shots of Jameson, it's mashed potatoes mixed with cabbage, Kurt. That's what it is.
No,
Cole Cannon looks what?
delicious, but no.
I got one more food and then a special one at the end. Chocolate Guinness cake, Kurt. Chocolate cake with a kick. It's made with Guinness. Nope, not unless it was chocolate Coors Light cake. For those that don't know, Kurt, he only drinks Coors Light, so he would only have it if it was Coors Light.
You know what? I'm going to be. I would try this.
I would too.
I would too.
Amazing.
I would
Yeah.
try it.
It looks
But
amazing.
it looks
And
delicious. I would try
Does look good.
And I'm glad Jen is listening, because I'm going to throw an idea at her right now for your next vacation that you and her take, your next special trip. Maybe you go to Ireland, Kurt, and you get to, Kurt, are you going to kiss the Blarney Stone? And Kurt's response, Are you going to give me JJ McCarthy?
I'll kiss a lot of things for JJ McCarthy. I'll tell you that right now.
And there's this, Kurt, our St. Patrick's Day version of what?
That looks delicious.
Great job, Kurt. Good job.
Great job.
Nice.
That's good.
Great job, Kenny.
Ruby's saying, I would love some mashed potatoes with cabbage and white pudding.
I had Cole Cannon at an Irish pub. It really is good if you like cabbage. It's mashed potatoes with cabbage in it. It's pretty good.
Oh, there's Jenny Hoop saying, can you drive to Ireland? Because after the Hawaii getting sick, I told Jen, not until I'm retired, maybe even 5 or 6 years after that. If I can't drive, here's my motto. If I can't drive, I ain't going.
Let's get that on a shirt.
Wait, what about a cruise ship leaving from New York?
Listen, I would love a cruise. I'm worried I would get sick from the seasick. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Carson knows. He's been on cruises like me. You go. They got different
Jen
things.
said
now
she's
to
looking
stop
for a travel buddy since I won't fly.
All right,
Jen
Kurt.
said,
well,
don't worry. Go on a plane. Don't worry about it. We go on a plane. People are hacking 3 days later. Banged up for 2 weeks.
All right, fellas. So we're going to get back to the
Great segment,
sports
Getty.
part of the show. We
Nice.
got one more segment for you all. We're going to try and get off right before a couple minutes before 9 o'clock, so Kurt and Jen can set up for a special intern show tonight, right, Kurt? St. Mary's.
Yeah, we got All In with St. Mary Sports is back. Gabby is back, and she has Coach Gastrione coming back after a tremendous season. Made the conference championship, made the Bergen County tournament, and the state tournament. So,
Awesome.
yeah, we're going to have him back for his end of the year wrap up and go from there.
Awesome. All right, Kurt. So I got a couple football questions for you guys. Free agency hit and lots of moves, lots and lots of moves. So I'm calling this my roller coaster ride because there were ups and downs for sure for many teams. So I'm going to go around. We're going to do 2 rounds of this, guys. I see it on my screen. Paul, Kurt, Carson. Paul, give me a winning team free agency so far.
Okay. As crazy as this sounds, I'm gonna throw this team out. I think the Giants, regardless of Saquon and X, I think they came back and really, really filled a lot of their needs. And I'm gonna say my Giants right now.
I like it. I like it a lot. I had them as one of the teams. I wrote a few down because, I want to make sure I can get one in as well. So they're on my list. I like it. Kurt, a winning team from this free agency so far.
Kirkpatrick, cover your ears. Paul Rosen, cover your ears. But
The Eagles.
and if Scoops is watching, but I'm going to say why. And I'm going to say this because 2 years ago, they were the best running team in football. They ran it, and that was their style, and they got to a Super Bowl with, average, good to average running backs. Now you're taking a top 3 running back. First, you're stealing them from an in-division foe, but you're putting that. What that says to me is, Kenny, we talked about this the other day. Listen, this ain't. Don't bet any money on Jalen Hurts for MVPs for stats because that ain't happening anymore. This is going to be the Saquon Barkley show in that offense, behind that offensive line, and I'm telling you right now, team's going to be dangerous because if they get back to running the ball, and now you got AJ Brown, and you got the tight end, and you got Devontae Smith, and you have to stop Saquon first. Dangerous. So very smart on their point. Hey, listen, I'm not going to blame the Giants for not paying them, but for the Eagles to say, listen, I'm going all in. I'm back to running the ball, and I'm not going with an average back. Like Swift is okay. Barkley's legit. The Eagles right now are back to the best team in that division.
I'll give you that, Kurt, and I'll give you it because not only Saquon, but they did get a guy from the Jets that was young up-and-coming edge rusher.
Yeah.
And they just grabbed Gardner Johnson back, Carson, from the Lions as well. So, I'll give the Eagles a win for sure, but be careful. I don't know if it's going to be true, but what Rich Franklin's saying in Penn State was Howie Roseman may have tampered with talking to Saquon. Be careful what you wish for, because the fans may start to Saquon better get off to a hot start, because Scoops and all the Eagle fans will be booing Saquon out of the building and burning their jerseys and burning Dick's Sporting Goods down in Philly
But
if he doesn't get off to a hot start.
Can I if I can get 30 seconds? By the way, Scoops just had a comment. I'll get to his comment in a second. But I don't understand. Like,
I think it's a winning move.
But I don't understand this whole. The Giant fans are gonna boo Barkley. Why? Like, see, I look at it like this. I'm booing Kyrie and KD because I wanted him, and they chose Brooklyn over us. Saquon Saquon's first choice was going back to the Giants. The Giants just never gave him an offer. So I don't think any Giant fan should boo him. Hey, that's on the Giants. They don't want to pay him. That's fine. But
Kurt,
the fans can't boo him.
Kurt, it's a great point, except Giant fans are very, very fickle when it comes to players like this leaving the team. It's just, you're absolutely right. They should be booing the Giants organization as opposed to the player. But Giant fans are, it's a awkward, hard time for Giant fans right now, the way the Giants have played the last 10 years. So,
Kenny, real quick, Keith Brugman, another Denver Bronco roundup.
Hey, Keith.
Yeah, awesome show, saying winning team, not the Cowboys. Laughing. Scoops is saying, what's up, y'all? Shout out to Mr. Carson Shear for quote-unquote scooping me on Monday's news on my own favorite team. I'm losing my touch, dang it. Thanks again, bro. NFL season 2025 can't get here fast enough. Coach Breslin saying, why would they boo him? They could not block for him. They did not want to pay him. They should have traded him last year to get something for it.
Well, Kurt, let me just respond, and I don't want Carson's first winning team. My response is huge New York radio show, huge New York Giant past running back, Tiki Barber. Lots of people listen to that show. You're dead to me. You don't make that comment, Saquon Barkley, for those that are loyal to Tiki Barber. You know, that's how I feel it. I'm not booing Saquon. I know I'm not. Saquon did well with us while he was here, and Coach Breslin nailed it. Why would they boo him? You know, they couldn't block for him. Bingo. You couldn't block for the guy. You know, he wanted to be a Giant. The Giants made no effort to bring him back, which I understand. The Giants had to move in a different direction. The fans cannot be mad. He went to Philly. The guy went to Penn State, for crying out loud. His family's here. Why wouldn't he go if you're getting offered $14 million as to other teams giving you 12 or 13? Why wouldn't you go to the Eagles?
Right.
You know, fans burning jerseys. That's just, you know, that's aggravating. It's stupid. But yeah, no, winning team for sure. Scoop and the Eagle fans will be happy with Barkley. But again, if he gets off to a slow start, don't start booing the guy and start burning his jerseys, because that's what Eagle fans like to do. You know, they like to boo their own, and let's just hope that he gets off to a fast start for the Eagles.
Not against the Giants, though.
Again, not against the Giants. Carson, a winning team. There were a bunch. Who are you going to throw out there first?
What's up, Keith? What's up, Ryan? I'm going to say the Steelers. I think the obvious choice is because they're basically getting a Super Bowl winning quarterback in Russell Wilson on the league minimum. But a move that is under the radar is Patrick Queen to the Steelers. That is a deadly combo between TJ Watt and Patrick Queen. Maybe the best dynamic defensive duo in the entire NFL. You got TJ Watt, who was the NFL sacks leader last year. Still have no idea how he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year. But Patrick Queen, very well respected, coming from that Ravens defense. That is a ginormous pickup for the Steelers, not to mention Russell Wilson. So I think the Steelers are a huge winner.
Carson, write this down, because I know you're a smart man on this panel. I'm calling it today. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be in the AFC Championship game next year, and people are going to, yeah, but it's not because of us. Shut up! If they're there, we're all going to have eggs on our face, all of us. We don't want us. Oh, but it's not because of him. Here, watch.
March 13th.
March 13th, exactly. March,
I don't
write
know
it
who they're
down.
going to be playing, but they will be in that AFC Championship game, and all the Bronco fans are going to be cooking seasonings and going out and throwing darts, because I don't know what they're going to do. I'm going to sit there
Eating
and
Rocky Mountain
I'm going to
oysters.
sit there and say, we're foolish. We're stupid. I'm going to admit it. Will they? But
Yep.
Carson, you just nailed it. They're building that defense,
Yeah.
that running game. And now they're going to say to Russ, hey, play action, throw it over the top. Bang, bang. 12,
That's
13
legit.
wins. Easy.
Little
for that.
spoiler alert: Kurt Valenti doing "Let's Talk Broncos" tonight, 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Now I know how to get him to throw some stuff at the camera. So
Yeah.
be tuning into that. I'll be in the comments firing Kurt up at 10 p.m.
That
PA Scratcher guy,
got
Kurt. Yep.
saying, yes, I do agree with this one. The Queen pickup took me by surprise, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, Queen's a beast.
Mm.
You know what, guys? I'm looking at the time. Let's do one loser. I'll give you a couple more winners in my opinion, instead of doing a second round of winners. I thought the Ravens hit it big with Derrick Henry. Now Todd Monk can better use that run game, and he gets one of the best with Derrick Henry. And then Green Bay Packers, Carson. I think they got a little closer to the Lions with releasing Aaron Jones and getting Josh Jacobs. The 1-1A Barkley Jacobs could be the best running backs in football that were on the market, obviously. And they get Xavier McKinney. He played every down for the Giants last year, and he's only 24 years old. So they're getting a stud safety in the back end of their secondary. So I think those two are winners. Anybody else want to throw a winner out?
I'll throw one quick winner out. The Bucks. I think they re-signed Baker, re-signed Mike Evans, re-signed Antoine Winfield Jr. They kept the letter that's playing.
They got the linebacker.
Levante David. Levante David, right. So I think they did very well.
And then real quick, let's do losers, and then I got a couple more questions. I'll change the order up. Kurt, Carson, Paul on this one. Kurt, a loser.
Vikings. I mean, listen, I'm sorry. You're just I might just be mad because now they're going to be in play for a quarterback in the draft, because there's no way that they're sitting there saying Sam Darnold's going to bring us to the postseason, because Justin Jefferson by the trade deadline will be saying, I want to get the hell out of here. And like you just said, the Packers game, Carson, you should take a nice drink tonight, because you don't have to worry about the Vikings and Sam Darnold, because he probably won't be starting after week 4, because they have to get a quarterback now. You cannot go into that and saying Sam Darnold is your quarterback. You're not going to win. So
can I just ask one question? How the hell did the Vikings pay him $10 million?
That was really weird.
Yeah.
$10 million for Sam Darnold.
Yep.
It's like burning money.
Do a couple more losers, because we got about 7 minutes left before we got to get the closing thoughts in. Carson, a loser.
It's got to be the Cowboys. Jerry Jones, where are you at, buddy? You said you want to win a Super Bowl. Where the hell is your GM making moves? You guys haven't made a single move yet. You let Pollard go. I don't know who's going to be. Deuce Vaughn's going to be your starting running back. I don't know what they're going to do. That whole franchise, I don't know. It's all talk. Cowboys fans, you are all talk. You have not proved a damn thing in the last decade. So Cowboys for sure.
Maybe he's making a move with the Broncos. Keith said it yesterday as a funny, bold prediction. Dak Prescott to the Broncos.
Wow.
Did you see Dak? Did you see they're saying he wants to get, what was it, 60 over 50 something? I mean, is he out of his mind? Bring him on the show here.
Maybe Zeke Elliott's going back to the Cowboys. Maybe Zeke Elliott's going back, Carson. Paul, a loser real quick.
Yeah.
And then I got a couple
I'm
more
going to
questions
say
for you guys.
my loser is actually a double loser. The Bears and Justin Fields, because everybody had Justin Fields going to the Falcons, maybe going to the Vikings, and now his field, quote unquote, is dried up. And the Bears thought they can get maybe a high first, maybe a second. If they're lucky that they get a 5th or 6th pick to trade this guy. And I think they had an opportunity to get rid of him, and they held their hand, and it's going to burn them now, because obviously they're taking Caleb Williams. They're going to have this guy to bring him back and have Caleb Williams there. You talk about an uncomfortable situation. So the Bears overthought this. They should have gotten rid of him a lot sooner. And you look around the league, there's no real place for Justin Fields to even start anymore. I mean, I'm not even going to mention the Broncos. Obviously, he's not going there either, Kurt. So there's really no team except maybe to go as a backup to back up a quarterback already on a team.
Kurt, mine's going to be the Broncos. Sorry, Kurt. Sorry, Denver Bronco Roundup. Sorry, Bronco fans. Of course, we all know you released Russell Wilson, $85 million cap hit. Boom. Okay. But you did some restructuring of deals. What do? You release your defensive captain and team leader, Justin Simmons. You replaced him with a lesser safety. Okay, was a decent move. But you also let Cushenberry go. You traded Jerry Jeudy. You made no splashes in free agency after all these restructures. Your team is vanilla, and I hate to say it because whose jersey are you going to go out there and buy right now on the Broncos?
Shannon Sharp. I'm not buying. Oh, my rookie
current
quarterback.
Broncos. You're not selling anything.
By the way, breaking news from the Broncos. They plan on spreading the cap hit. They're going to take on $53 million this year of dead money and then 32 next year. So they're doing the big money this year.
Yeah. All right, let me get these couple questions in quick, Kurt, so we can wrap it up so you and Jen can get ready for the intern show. Okay, there's my roller coaster ride. I got 3 running backs listed here, guys. My question is, which of these 3 running backs is going to have the biggest role on their new team, Kurt? Is it
Barkley.
Saquon? Is it Jacobs? Is it Derrick Henry?
Barkley. They're gonna like ride Barkley for the next couple of years, and behind that, I'm going Barkley.
Carson.
I'm going to say the Ravens with Henry. Try to stop the read option with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Good luck.
I agree with you, Carson. It's Henry for me. Paul, which way you going?
Yeah, I was going to say, as good as Saquon will be behind that offensive line, I'm going to say Henry. I think he's going to make an impact with that team.
Barkley's clear-cut second on this list for me, and Jacobs as well. They're all going to impact their offenses, but I think Henry makes that biggest difference. Having that type of back with Lamar Jackson, I think that offense is going to be extremely run heavy. Next one I got, Kurt. It's the 2 quarterbacks. All right. Question is, which of these 2 quarterbacks will have the best final results this year? Was it Kirk Cousins or Russell Wilson?
I mean, I don't even know how you're asking me that with a straight face. I just told you they're going to be 12-5, 13-4. They're going to the AFC Championship game. Kirk Cousins, he's still Kirk Cousins. $40 million for that, which is bizarre. But anyway, Russell Wilson, Super Bowl champion with Tomlin there. Book him for the AFC Championship game. I told you, Carson, write that down. March.
Yeah, I'm going to bet on it right now.
Go ahead, let's go.
Well, let me get Carson's thoughts on it. I think I know which way he's going.
Yeah, no, I love Kurt, MSU boy, one of my favorite players in the NFL, but I'm right there with Kurt. You guys got a Super Bowl winning quarterback on the league minimum deal. I mean, any team in the NFL would have loved to have him, and the Steelers pulled the trigger.
Absolutely. Paul, you sweeping it with 3-3?
I love Russ. If he came to the Giants, I would have loved it. But, I mean, you put a guy like Kirk Cousins with the offensive talent that the Falcons have, I think they're going to be very, very competitive, not just in the South, but in the NFC as a whole. I think that's.
Can I just ask you a question real quick on that?
Yeah.
Not for all I keep hearing is them saying, and again, I listen, I like Cousins. I don't hate Cousins, but all they keep saying is, oh my God, but now look at the talent. Like, he's got more talent now than he did in Minnesota. I mean, Dalvin
I would
Cook,
say yes. I would say
Cook, Thielen, Jefferson. I mean, come on. I mean, what else do you want? And you couldn't get it done.
I think they haven't been able to utilize Kyle Pitts, and I think with Kirk Cousins they're going to use him. Drake London, excellent receiver, and I think Bijan Robinson is going to be have a monster year next year.
They got one of the best O-lines in football too.
Yeah, so. I think I'm not saying they may be better than Pittsburgh. I love the idea of Russ going there, but I think Kirk Cousins is a perfect fit for the Falcons.
Fair enough. My thoughts on it. I called this. I said the Steelers are going to be the AFC version of the 49ers this year in free agency. But I also said there was going to be on the defensive side. Patrick Queen's a huge pickup. I think that's going to be the difference is the Steelers defense, which is going to make Russ look that much better. The Falcons, they're in a weaker conference. Yes, a weaker division. But I don't like their defense as opposed to the Steelers' defense. I think Russ has a slightly better year. And Kirk's coming off that AC torn Achilles. That's a tough injury to come back for as a quarterback. We're going to see Aaron Rodgers as well coming back from that injury. One more question for you guys. Okay? I got two, but if we got time for the second one. Justin Fields, Kurt, where will he play next year? Try and do it quick in 30 seconds or less so we can get our
hopefully not in Denver. I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know. I don't know. I'm going to say Chicago. I mean, I don't know. What can they get for him? Nobody wants him. I'm going to say stick with him.
Okay. Carson, you got a team?
Coach Breslin better be listening. He's going to go to the Commanders.
Wow. I see one of our friends out there listening who's a Commanders fan too. Marty, if you're hearing that, your thoughts on that. Paul.
I'll tell you, he will go to a team only as a backup, but in looking around the league, it wouldn't shock me. I'll throw a team out there because they just lost their backup quarterback, and think of his skill set. How about the Eagles as a backup to Jalen Hurts?
Coach Breslin's saying I would agree Chicago, and he's saying no thank you to Washington. We are going to get Daniels.
I'm going to throw my bold prediction out. Told Kurt this earlier, and he said he would take it. Now, listen when I say this. It's going to be a trade with Denver, but Justin Fields is not coming as the starting quarterback or the backup quarterback. Justin Fields is going to agree to be that Taysom Hill type of player. Sean Payton's going to try and develop him into that type of player as a Taysom Hill type. And you become the talk of the league if you do that move on a vanilla team right now that needs to make some kind of splash. You get him for $2.5 million this year, and you try and turn him into that type of player. Kurt, what would you think?
Only if you're going to use him like that.
And you go draft a rookie quarterback, whoever it is.
Yeah. That way I would do it, but only as a gimmick player, not as
a gimmick player. Yeah, that's what I'm calling right now as a gimmick player because obviously nobody wants him as a quarterback.
Okay, Kenny, let's wrap this up because I think our guests are coming in. So.
Yep. All right, guys. Final thoughts.
I will start final thoughts. Hey, like Carson said, good luck, Carson. Good luck, hoops, for your teams. But I'm locked in 2:30 tomorrow. It's all about St. John Seton Hall. We win. We're in. We're at the Garden. Let's get it done. Carson.
Yeah, good luck to us, St. John's, Jenny Hoops, Virginia. Everybody, your team's in March Madness on the bubble. It should be fun. Like I said, if you guys want to join our tournament bracket, I'll post a link in the chat once again. You guys got until next Thursday. The bracket comes out Sunday. We'll be doing a March Madness show, so looking forward to that. And have a good rest of your night, guys.
Paul.
Great show, guys. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Good luck, everyone, in the tournament. And it was a lot of fun tonight.
And Kenny, final thoughts.
Yep. Thank you, Kurt, for the circus act earlier. Love it. And That Looks Delicious was fun. Great. Yep. Carson's Corner. Leprechaun Paul tonight. Paul O'Rosen. Mick Rosen, whatever you want to say. He sees all the Rosens, the Irish Rosens tonight. But great show. Audience, thank you so much for interacting with us. Lots of fun tonight. And don't forget, Sunday, we're doing the college basketball March Madness show, 7:30. Come hang out with us. We'll have some picks and some fun. Joey Clams is going to join us as well, and we'll have a blast.
All right, boys.
Have a good night, everybody.